But it doesn't realize that Torin Kurtze has got the step on him right there. And Kurtze just makes the step right in front of him to take the ball away. And then, of course, the ground makes him fumble here. But Georgia maintains possession on the 3, it looks like.
Ward gives to Kurtze, and Kurtze does not get into the end zone. Ball at the 1-yard line.
Oh, a gaping hole at the point of attack. Kurtze just misses them. The hole is a little wide right there.
I think Ben Hanks is the man that saved the touchdown that time. And Torin Kurtze, the Jacksonville native, and his Georgia Bulldogs threatening to score here as we go to the 4th period. But Florida is well in control, 38-3 after 3. Tonight's game has also been brought to you by AT&T Wireless, providing the products and services from the most trusted name in communications. And Citco, the sign of quality. Been a tough day for Hines Ward, the sophomore quarterback. And he's got his team at the 1-yard line of the Gators as the 4th period gets underway from Athens, Georgia. The first time since 1932 that this rivalry has been played on the University of Georgia campus. Of course, it's been played in Jacksonville since the 1933 season until last year when the game was played in Gainesville. A lot of empty seats. Florida's big lead has sent a lot of particularly Bulldog fans scrambling for the exits to get a good seat in front of their TV sets for the World Series game tonight. But Florida fans could care less about game 6. They want to finish this one off. Well, this guy doesn't even know who's pitching tonight for the Braves, probably.
Yeah, he's got a migraine. We talked about the misery index for Gators in the decade of the 80s. Well, certainly the meter is beyond plus misery for the Dog fans in the 90s.
This will be 6 in a row if Florida holds on to that 35-point lead. 15 minutes to play. And prior to that, Georgia had won 4 of the last 5.
This guy's undefeated against the Georgia Bulldogs. Yes, you see he's undefeated in the 95 year, and only 2 teams have had 7-0 starts. 7-0 coming into today's ball game.
That 66 team you were on, Jim. 7-0, and then Georgia beat you guys and interrupted your perfect season. Penalty flag is down. The pass is caught, or nope, dropped. The tight end, Michael Taylor, dropped the ball, but there was a flag down, and Ward is shaken up.
Yeah, Hines Ward is seems to be hurt. He's thrown to the ground rather abruptly by the pass rush. Defense offsides, but the ball is dropped again. Georgia just can't get anything done. Almost bobbled the snap. Ward on a bootleg here. Got Lawrence Wright in his face. Should be a touchdown grab, and it's dropped by Michael Taylor, 85.
Now the nose of the football is almost on the goal line. Georgia is inches away from the end zone. Hunter in motion.
Oh,
and they fumbled the snap and lost a couple of yards.
Gracious. Oh, it's just, isn't it just bizarre to see the Georgia Bulldogs play so inefficiently? He's got
hurt,
a busted hand.
He is hurt.
I think he can't take the snap. He was going to take himself out on the last play, but then he realized they had another chance.
They've got a freshman, Jim. They've tried to get John England ready to go this week, a freshman from Duluth, Georgia. And he might be the next man called upon, number 8. We'll look for him to come in right now. There's nobody warming up, and it's all up to Ward. Ward doesn't look like he's in very good shape.
He's playing with one hand.
He throws for the corner and overthrows Bryce Hunter. And Ward, you got to give him credit. He's doing everything.
Yeah.
Everything he can do. It's his right hand that's injured as well. Look at him clutching that right hand. And looking to the sideline.
Well, it's like being an outfielder and being called upon to play third base in a World Series. I mean, it's not fair.
And then say, oh, you can't use a glove.
And you're not playing very well. What's wrong with you? I mean, it's not so easy to do. This kid is doing everything he can, but the Gator defense is stiffening right here.
They've called timeout.
Look at him. He's begging to be taken out of the game. He can hardly hold his arm up. I can't believe they're going to send him back out.
There is nobody warming up, getting ready to go in the game at quarterback.
That's just putting undue pressure on a kid like that.
Well, there's number 16 for Georgia, Kirby Smart, but he is not a backup quarterback. I believe John England might be the next man in line, but we're going to take a commercial break and see what happens to Hines Ward and company when we come back. Well, there's Hines Ward. He's still flexing that right hand. He got hurt when Lawrence Wright sacked him on a pass play. And England is up and throwing on the Georgia sideline, but not in time for this 4th and 2 play. 4th down for the Bulldogs. Touchdown, Georgia. Bryce Hunter with the catch. His 19th career touchdown reception. You got to give a lot of credit to Hines Ward, who was able to shake off that injury to the hand, and Hunter playing with the sore hamstring. And those two injured Bulldogs connect for a 4th quarter touchdown.
Much like we've seen Chris Doering on a quick post. This time it's Bryce Hunter on a little quick post, just inside the goal line, just inside the Gator coverage right there by Tico Brown. And there you see him finally getting the attention that he really needs with that injury on the sideline.
Well, a gutsy performance by Hines Ward. You have to appreciate that. And there's John England, a true freshman. This guy was throwing for a local high school in the Atlanta area a year ago, and Hines Ward taking his helmet off. And we may see England the next time Georgia gets the football.
That means he loses his red shirt status, I'm sure.
Well, see, that's why they're so reluctant.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking quarterback. He plays one down
it's over.
Late in the season like this, then he loses the year.
Well, and they've only got 2 games after this.
That's a tough decision. Then.
Oh, I didn't realize that he was.
Let's take another look at the touchdown, Jim.
I don't know that Ward can come back, but nice protection up front. Little quick post underneath. Bryce Hunter playing with that sore hamstring, and Georgia finally gets their first touchdown of the game early in the 4th quarter, and the Gators still with a commanding 38-10 lead, and Eric Kresser will come back to lead that offensive attack.
Fans still filing out. 13:57 to go, and Florida leads it by 4 touchdowns. Parkman kicks off, and with that wind at his back, buries it deep in the end zone. Gators football at the 20-yard line, and Eric Kresser will get another opportunity to direct the Florida offense. He came into the game with 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter and was unable to put the Gators into the end zone. Let's see what he can do his 2nd time out here.
Gators unofficially with almost 400 yards in total offense as we started the 4th quarter, and of course Eric Kresser is going to go with the regular game plan. He's not going to do anything differently than they came into Athens with the hope of doing. He's going to have the full option of all the plays in the playbook.
And all the players on the front line.
He needs the reps.
Elijah Williams. Well, that draw play has just been an incredible success for the Gators. through Spurrier's years. Philip Daniels ran him down, the defensive end.
Now this is more really of an off tackle play that you seldom see. Smash mouth off tackle, David, getting the ball to the tailback deep in that I formation, and it's just a gaping hole on the right. Well, we knew he was quick, but that was beyond our dreams right there. 12 carries, 108 yards, over the 100-yard mark. There's the draw.
Williams again. And the tackle made by Love. But Williams is close to another Florida first down. Fred Taylor banged up today, a leg injury. Took Fred out of action, so it's been pretty much Terry Jackson and Eli Williams alternating series since early in the first half.
There you see Reggie Green on the left side picking off the outstanding inside linebacker, Whit Marshall. Reggie Green we highlighted in our pregame because of his outstanding efforts year to date, and he continues to shine this afternoon.
This time the sweep to Williams. Eli bangs across the 40 to the 39. That's Fred Taylor. You don't often get to see these guys, what they really look like, with all the uniform pads and helmets on. There's a good look at Fred.
Dr. Pete and Delicato giving him a little head rub and saying, it's okay, we'll get you back out there as soon as we can. Let's see, what is
what
that?
Is happening? Is that Thanksgiving Day?
Is there a volleyball? No, let's see. I'm not sure. The 25th of November. I don't know.
Where will you be that day, Jeff? Williams busting out to the 20.
Is that a Saturday? Let's see, November 25th.
Must be something going on, but
yeah.
for the life of me, I can't think of what it might be.
No.
Well, there's still homecoming next week against Northern Illinois,
yeah.
and then South Carolina.
Yeah, then Vandy.
Then Vandy.
Vandy, and then
there are 3 games between now and November 25th.
Let's see, Vandy and the Gators in the season with somebody that is that the last game of the season, the 25th?
I think it is the last regular season.
Before the program out. Let's see who that
championship game. We'll check on it.
See who we're playing.
Get the truck to do a little research on that. Presser wants to throw.
Tight end.
Got the tight end almost for a touchdown.
All right, Sean Nunn.
Sean Nunn. And Jim almost leaped out of the press box.
Yeah, I'm partial to those tight ends, and Sean Nunn almost had his chance right there. Boy, that was a bullet pass too, wasn't it? Eric Kresser, lots of time, a lot of poise right there, a lot of poise. Look at the bullet. Sean Nunn had to catch that one in self-defense. Turns and sees the goal line. 2-yard line. 1-yard line maybe, huh? 2.
He's got 2 catches today, Big Sean. He just doubled his season output. Receiving 4 for the year. Ball is on the 2. And a 25-second clock got him. Now it's going to be first and goal from the 7.
Well, they got the
delay of game.
3 big tight ends out there, 1 running back. There's a pretty Gator made the trip to Athens. She's a happy Gator as well. Coach Spurrier disappointed with the fact they didn't get the ball off.
Now the ball is at the 7. That's Hilliard and Anthony. Wide to the left, the 25-second clock is down to 2. As Kresser throws the bullet, touchdown to Hilliard. His second of the day, and the 6th touchdown pass thrown by a Florida quarterback in this one.
All Buster Owens can do is just watch him run by. That quick post, so difficult to defend on near the goal line, especially when you don't have any help inside. Oh, they were supposed to be help inside. Brandon Tolbert, the inside linebacker, just ran right through the passing lane.
I think the lights went out early in this one.
Is that Kresser's first TD of the year, David? I think so, huh?
No, he's thrown a couple.
Has he? Gosh, I don't remember. It was so long ago that he was in early, I guess maybe Houston, or
I believe it was in the Houston game. There's flags down.
Before the snap, contact was made by the defense. The penalty is half the distance.
So a penalty before the snap. Edmiston will have to do it again. This will be his 6th extra point of the day. Give him 41 straight this season. Not very many kickers in the country have had an opportunity to kick 36. That'll give him 41. That's 6 today and 41 for the year. There's another flag down. Somebody was probably offsides. The linesman came in with a flag. This one will go against Georgia. And the Gators will decline. Bulldogs lined up offsides.
5-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
And Edmiston makes another extra point. It is 45-10. The 3rd-ranked Florida Gators. Very impressive once again today, and showing that even when they go on the road in the Southeastern Conference, they're awfully difficult to handle. Ike Hilliard with 5 receptions today. 2 touchdowns, 99 yards. And Hilliard now, that gives him, what, 36 catches for the year? Big season for Ike Hilliard.
Gators all but wrap up the Eastern Division Championship. Tennessee hoping that the Gators will stumble in their last 2 efforts at home against Vandy and on the road against South Carolina. Florida having to lose both of those, or 1 loss and a tie would possibly give Tennessee the East. But it looks like the Gators, with players like Eric Kresser coming off the bench and Riedel Anthony and those type of guys, I don't think are destined to stumble and fumble on those last 2 SEC games. Well, they'll be heavily favored. Tennessee really pounding this weekend South Carolina, and the Gators obviously having done Tennessee in earlier this season.
Let's see the upcoming schedule. Maybe we'll figure out November 25th.
Oh,
there it is at the bottom of the screen.
I see. Florida State.
Florida State.
I couldn't.
How could we forget that one? Northern Illinois next
well,
week.
Hey, David, I got a piece of the hedge. All I need is a lock of Osceola's hair now.
That would be the big score there.
Yeah, that would be a hell of a year, wouldn't it?
Certainly would. There's clearly a Jacksonville native. It will welcome the Bulldogs and the Gators back to Jacksonville next year. The series took a 2-year hiatus from Jacksonville because of renovations to the Gator Bowl.
How about gutting? They raised that baby and started all over.
I have not been in there.
I have not either, but I've got some friends that are season ticket holders and say it's a fantastic venue, and it's even bigger and better than ever.
It's been fun, though, the last 2 years.
Yeah.
On Florida's campus and this year on Georgia's campus.
The scores have helped us have fun, too, haven't they?
That's part of it. This kick is out of bounds. And I think a late flag went in. I think we've got 2 flags in on this one. He's not doing too well. Mom's okay, but he's not doing so. Now he's brightening up a little bit. His mom just told him, wait till next year.
Said, you'll get your chance, son. Hey, we heard that, didn't we? And next year does come. It does come. You might not believe it, but it does come. More happy Gators around the hedge.
Getting a good look over the top of the hedge. We had 2 penalties, by the way, Jim. The Gators were offsides, I think, and then a defensive hold against Georgia, so they'll kick the ball off again. Sanford Stadium spotted with fans now. We still have 10 minutes and 35 seconds to play in the football game.
Starting to look like one of those Major League Baseball parks out right after the strike when there was a lot more empty seats.
We were wondering how we were going to get out of here in any kind of time. Now looks like that might not be too difficult, Jim. But traffic around the stadium be fairly well cleared out. Low kick into the wind. Kirby Smart Runs into Tony George. Big hit by number 1.
And 36, Carlton Pouncey also down there.
All right, Georgia's football. Bulldogs after the big hit by Tony George. And Hines Ward comes back out onto the field. They really do not want to use John England today, the freshman. He enrolled at Georgia last spring and was involved in their spring practice, but they would like to redshirt him.
Yeah, that's fair to him, certainly. If Ward can go at all, he needs to finish it out, because you hate to give away that kid's whole year to finish off a game like this, and probably wouldn't even play against or wouldn't play much against Auburn and Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech having a tough time with Clemson this weekend, so Georgia will be a big underdog against Auburn, but I would think that Georgia Tech game would be a toss-up.
Yeah, I think you're right. Where's that game played this year?
I'm not sure. The Tech games?
Check it. Yeah, it's in Atlanta. Ward wants to throw. And he is brought down. I believe that is Willie Cohen's on the stop, the freshman. And there you go. Look at Ward just gripping that right hand. I hope that is not a serious injury. If you've got a little sprain or a bruise, you know, it's tough to play with those kinds of injuries, but if it's more serious than that.
And there's 9 minutes to go. He's going to keep getting pounded. Gosh, you just cringe for him every play.
Ward shoots it out right side to Daniels, and Georgia picks up a first down. Lawrence Wright made another tackle for the Gators. Georgia does have a week off next week, so I guess the coaching staff is figuring that Hines can have a couple of weeks to get mended up before Auburn, and at Georgia Tech in Atlanta.
There's actually a 2-week gap between the Auburn and the Tech game, and a 1-week gap between this game and their Auburn game. Oh, Ben
Hanks just a little bit early. Not by much. He almost timed it right, but doggone it, he just got in there a little too quick, Jim.
Well, he had done that against Auburn and timed it beautifully. Doesn't intend to hit Hines Ward right there, but he does make contact, so see if they say it's offsides or. Yeah, they're not going to penalize him for the contact. He really tried to pull the string on there so he wouldn't hit Hines Ward.
Ben Hanks is senior with the Gators, and he's going to graduate next August. And working hard toward a degree. Done a good job in the classroom and on the football field. Ben sneaking up there again. Now he drops back, and Ward throws the pass. It is caught. Corey Allen, the sophomore, on the play, and Shea Showers made the tackle for the Gators. That'll be another Georgia first down.
David, if you'll recall, late in the Auburn game, a lot of folks, including the coaching staff, felt like the Gators gave up a cheap touchdown to Stephen Davis on a short yardage fourth quarter score, and I don't know that they want to see that happen again. They want to finish with some good consistency here on defense. Don't want Georgia to get some cheap touchdowns on them here late, just because it's not the way you play defense.
Bernard slipped his man but couldn't make the stop. And then it is Williams, or rather Simpson, the fullback. Marseille Simpson inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. I thought Bernard. Let's take a look at another look at Bernard. I thought he was held on this play.
Let's watch 97, defensive tackle at the bottom of your screen. Yeah, he's been grabbed and pulled by number 55.
He had the step on Weeks. He was inside of him, and I thought that was holding. Good play by Bernard either way to get pressure on the quarterback.
I thought he had the sack even despite the holding, but Hines Ward got away.
Oh, big hit. Tico Brown. Daniels held onto the ball. Great job by both players. Georgia has a first down. No, they don't. They got about 8. Tico Brown has shown us why he caught the coach's eye in the last couple of weeks. He's taken what he did on a practice field and put it right out here at Sanford Stadium.
This young redshirt freshman again out of Miami, Florida, coming in at 5'11", 189, very aggressive player at the safety position.
Gators have dominated this game in just about every fashion. Oh, the Gators went ahead and hit him, man. There's going to be a flag.
Yeah, they didn't blow the whistle. The guy in the field judge throws the flag, and the umpire never blows the whistle. The referee.
It looked like the Gators took a cheap shot at Hines Ward. I don't think Florida's players knew that the play had been stopped.
I didn't hear the whistle up here. I saw the flag, and the whistle was late.
2 dead ball fouls. Dead ball foul. Delay of game on the offense. Dead ball foul. Personal foul on the defense. That's an automatic first down. 15-yard penalty.
So it is a delay of game against Georgia, and then a personal foul late hit against the Gators. And the end result is the ball goes to the 12-yard line. 10 yards. All right, let's listen in. Listen in and see what we can hear. Johnny Church, Lawrence Wright came on after the whistle had blown. And the personal foul. Ward trying to hit Allen, and Allen had not quite turned to find the football when it arrived. That'll bring up second down. At the 16-yard line. Pretty good numbers for Hines Ward. Has not thrown an interception today.
Yeah, as we talked about earlier, he was had only 14 attempts.
10 of 14 coming into the game.
Prior to today, yeah. So, hey, he's doubling his efforts this afternoon as he's trailed and had to.
Bryce Hunter crossed up the football, and the Gators have it. Lawrence Wright put the pressure on him, and Mark Campbell got the fumble for the Florida Gators at the 10-yard line of Georgia.
Well, Bryce Hunter on the drag route. Hines Ward does a nice job getting the ball to him across the middle. Hey, Lawrence Wright from the back, again, aggressively reaching in, knocking the ball away. Lawrence Wright, the second time this afternoon, he stripped the wide receiver of the football.
Another big day for Lawrence Wright. And the Gators celebrate what is a very big day on the Bulldogs' home turf. On the first play after the Gators recovered a fumble, Terry Jackson carried the football, fumbled. Brandon Tolbert picked it up and raced into the end zone for a touchdown. So the Bulldogs score on a fumble recovery to cut the Gator lead to 45-16. The extra point by Langley is good. And boy, what a rather Parkman hits the extra point. What a turnaround there. The Florida Gators recovered a fumble. And then on the first play, Jackson put it on the ground. Tolbert picked it up and ran into the end zone about 15 yards for the score. And the Bulldogs get a defensive touchdown. So the score now 45-17, only 5:34 to go. And Steve Spurrier certainly does not like giving up points that way. He gives Terry Jackson that look. But the coach of the third-ranked team in the country still has a very comfortable margin. We'll be right back.
Well, David, that's Buck Bellew. He does some television work here in Georgia, and
looks like he's doing some right now, Jim.
He's not going to be going on the field this afternoon. Lindsey Scott was introduced earlier with him today. They were recounting that great touchdown of 1980 when Georgia went on to win the national championship, but we'll not see any of that this afternoon.
Well, this series has had so many incredible moments in it through the 74 contest between these two schools. That was certainly one of them on the positive side for the University of Georgia. A lot of good hands people up front for the Gators. There's Travis McGriff. Lawrence Wright up on the front line. Florida expecting the onside kick. Sam McCorkle.
Now, you'll recall that Auburn would have gotten the ball if they'd not touched it before it went 10 yards. Let's see what happens here.
Parkman kicks it deep, crosses them up through the end zone. The ball will come out to the 20. There is a penalty flag down back in the area of Georgia's kick. The only thing, if you accept this penalty and you back up, Georgia may try an onside kick the next time. If you take the penalty and make them kick it again.
Kicking team was offside.
Well, I don't think that.
5-yard penalty, re-kick.
I don't think they're in the catch-up mode. I think they're in the
get out of town quick mode. Huh?
Let's not let them score on us again mode. But I would doubt we'd see that onside kick.
Steve Spurrier not worried too much about it right now. And it looks like we got a whole different group out there on the kick return. The regular kick return group is on the field. Anthony and Green stand deep. Parkman kicked it deep the first time, and he's going to do it again.
Whoa, big leg.
And they popped that one through there. Anthony's going to try and bring it back. And down he goes at the 22-yard line. Nice stop by Gene Tootle, junior from Atlanta, and Florida with the ball at its own 23. 5:26 to go. The Gators 45, Georgia 17. Second team offensive line is on the field, except for Reggie Green, who's still out there. That's P.J. Harrison, 69. Deke Story, 72. And I think Kevin Johnson also. We'll double check, but I believe Kevin Johnson may be on the field as well.
Pat Browning,
73. This is Mobley. Mobley is hit behind the line of scrimmage. Big tackle made by Derek Smith. That's Pat Browning. Wiley Rich is on the field.
Now they don't want to go backwards, even though they're the second unit. That's the last thing they want to do when they get their snaps. They get their reps. They want to move the ball too.
Travis McGriff, Nafis Kareem, the wide receivers, out on the left side. Mobley and Evans are the running backs, and the pitch is to Mobley. Dwayne carries it across the 25 to the 27. That keeps the clock running. 4:30 to go. Florida's going to go to 7-0, only the third team in Florida history to win its first 7 games. 1928 club, the 1960-16. That 66 team lost to Georgia. Didn't they lose another one? Was it Miami late in the season?
We lost to Miami, but we wound up beating Georgia Tech in the Orange Bowl. So
that was the Larry Smith touchdown run where his pants got yanked off, wasn't it, that game?
Well, they actually were falling down. Larry, an outstanding attorney in Tampa now, but that's still an Orange Bowl record. 96 yards on one rushing effort. He had 187 rushing for the game, another Orange Bowl record that held up for a long time. You see the Gators come back to open it up a little bit, but
that is another catch by a tight end. 3 receptions by a tight end today. Terrace Ross. That's his 2nd reception of the year. Draw play to the fullback, or is that Mobley? That's Mobley. Fullback playing tailback. Across the 45 to the 46. 3:25 to go. The Gators trying to grind out the clock. And our Beef Council lineman of the game, senior Reggie Green. We talked about him at the top of the broadcast. He's playing extremely well. And he and Jason Odom on the left side of that Florida offensive line have never experienced a loss 4-0 against the Georgia Bulldogs.
Boy, what an honor that is. Wow.
Pressure holding that football out dangerously, but he did get rid of it, avoiding the sack. Lost about 2 or 3 yards, but better than taking a quarterback sack. And Terrace Ross gets another catch. Let's go back down on the field to Steve Babick.
You know, it's been a banner day for the tight ends, and Lawson Hall, the tight end coach, has to be excited. You know, it's not many times that those guys get chances to catch it. And Lawson, the Dutchman, he'll be excited. He'll talk about those catches that Terrace Ross made, and also that
Sean Nunn.
Yeah, Sean Nunn too.
Lawson didn't look real excited, Steve, but I guess the outward appearance belies the fire that's raging inside.
Coach Holland told me last night that one of the games that were big to him this year was Georgia, because he coached at Clemson for so long, which again has that big rivalry with Georgia. So he wanted to win this one, and he gets his wish.
Spot foul, automatic first down.
That was pass interference against Alanda Sims. Bob Pruitt has come down out of the press box and joined the rest of his coaching staff on the sideline. Defensive coordinator did another good job. Only gave up 10 points. That last touchdown Georgia got a moment ago on a fumble recovery. Mobley sweeping left. Big Dwayne's got a full head of steam. And he is taken down at the 32. The tackle made by Trey Sipe.
We talked about the Beef Council player of the game, Reggie Green, and Reggie Green's the guy leading out to the outside. Mobley, who would be the 4th tailback on the depth chart if he ever had to play tailback, and he's getting a chance to play right now because the other guys are getting a break because of the big lead, but we can see why they have confidence in him at that tailback position.
Pressure to Mobley and then back to Eric. Pressure throwing on the run. Travis McGriff inside the 10 to the 8.
Now Travis McGriff a bit discouraged earlier because he was buried on the depth chart because there was so many talented players ahead of him, but
and then moved to defense.
But he's just a freshman, and he was willing to help out anyway because like Hines Ward, he's also a great all-round athlete, but he's come back to the wide receiver core, and you see him there with a beautiful hands making the catch and gets inside the 10.
Second catch of the year for the redshirt freshman from Gainesville. And McGriff, touchdown. A freshman puts it in the end zone, and Kresser gave it to him. And his dad had some pretty good ball games against the Georgia Bulldogs, as I recall. In fact, made a big touchdown catch late. I think it was the '74 season against Georgia and Jacksonville. His father, Lee, an all-conference receiver. Travis takes it in, and that makes it 52 to 17.
What was the score last year? 54 to 52 to 14. So the Gators have scored over 100 points against Georgia the last 2 years.
Wow. Edmiston hits the extra point. Once again, the Gators lead 52 to 17, and there's a happy young man, Travis McGriff, with his first career touchdown catch. And it comes against the Georgia Bulldogs.
Little hitch on the outside. Quickly maneuvers himself into the end zone. The big score that puts the Gators over the 50-point marker.
Travis telling all the other guys, here's how I did it.
I told you, just put me in. That's all it needed was a chance.
Now there's a marathon drive by Florida's offense. 4 minutes, 24 seconds. Just peeling the time off the clock. Still 1:10 to go. It is 52-17. The third-ranked Florida Gators all over the Georgia Bulldogs between the hedges today. Matt Teague kicks it high and kicks it out of bounds. Let's go down on the field to Steve Babbitt.
You see Travis McGriff, who just caught that touchdown pass. He had no time to celebrate. He had to go on the kickoff coverage team. You know what? The way Travis has been coached up to play defensive back, wide receiver, and special teams, who knows? He may be the next Gordy Lockbaum, the guy that went 2 ways for Holy Cross. Who knows? Before Travis's career's done, he may be the next two-way player.
Well, you know, remembering, I'm trying to go back deep in my Gator memory. I think it was 73 when Lee caught what I believe was the only touchdown that the Gators scored against Georgia and won the game 11-10. May be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure his dad had a big catch against Georgia.
I wish I could help you in that decade of the 70s. Unfortunately, I was not able to.
Well, you were busy at that time, weren't you?
To see any Gator games.
Occupied on Sunday afternoons.
But I knew Lee McGriff was a terrific ball player, and he's so proud of this young son of his that, and Willie should be.
Wonder why we haven't seen more of Robert Arnaud, who carried the ball that time.
You know, that is strange because he was supposed to start this afternoon, we understood.
Has not played much. Gators have thrown 7 touchdown passes today, which unofficially, we're getting the word that it might be a Southeastern Conference record for touchdown passes in a game. 7 touchdown passes today.
There was, I remember in a homecoming game, the Gators had 7.
Well, that is a lot.
Non-conference game.
Presser got 2. Warford